Well, welcome back to the SA Sport Show as we turn our attention to the Southern Football League, KG. And I tell you right now, we've had plenty of discussion over recent weeks about crowds at SFL level.
They've been superb, but they tell me down south.
Yeah, they have.
Absolutely. Why?
Oh, well, the press is right here. Let's ask him now. President of the Southern Football League, Craig. The numbers have been very, very good, although the rain is coming.
Mate, they're gunning for you. Dead set. For 14 weeks, you've been promising rain on a Saturday.
Yep.
We haven't had it. If it rains on our grand final day, they are into you, mate. And I've got your number, and I'll give it to them.
I'll come with you, Craig.
Yeah.
No problems. No problem. Now,
unbelievable.
Why have the crowds been pretty good?
Oh, look, as we see, Ken, when you journey over the hill, it becomes very tribal down there. And people just love their Southern Footy League. They really do. And doesn't matter whether they've got teams in the competition or not, they just want to come and watch some really good
there, have a beer,
country footy.
See grassroots footy.
Pie with sauce.
Beautiful.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing better than the pie with sauce on the mound getting wet.
No, you're not wrong. And you had 2 days of footy and what, 5,000 people?
Yeah,
give
probably.
or take?
Yeah, probably 2.5 to each of the preliminary finals. But yeah, good weekend of footy.
Well, we've got the grand final weekend coming up really quickly, but take us quickly through what happened last week to get some of these sides where we stand today.
Well, minor premiers who were beaten by Flagstaff Hill the week before had to come through the system. They played Brighton.
Yes.
And good game. Not much in it till half time, but then Morpeth Vale with their ruckman Michael Bode really took charge and ran away with it, probably about 4 or 5 goals in the end. And then on the other game, Flagstaff Hill took on Noarlunga, who finished second. And again, a terrific game of footy. Flagstaff Hill, really good to see them make a grand final. They haven't won one, so it's going to be really
incredible,
interesting.
Craig. They've not won an A-grade final.
No, not under the current system that we have. So they're gunning for their first. They've had very good juniors and up to B grade, but this is their big opportunity.
And any surprises in who we see in this grand final, Morpeth Vale and Flagstaff?
Well, Morpeth Vale with minor premiers.
Minor premiers, so they're okay. And if you look through, and I'll get you to show us the Vigneron Shield shortly, but if you look through that shield, there's plenty of sprinkling of Morpeth Vale premiers throughout the last decade or so.
Yeah, very much so.
The wine flies.
No, the emus.
Hang on.
The Morpeth Vale emus. The wine flies are Ranella.
Yeah, well, I tell you right now, it's going to be a big weekend.
Well, they won it last year, but finished 6th this year.
Really?
Wow.
So the competition's pretty good.
But you know what? All the way through this year, from a week-to-week basis, we really haven't been able to pick winners consistently. That's a sign of a really good competition. And like AFL week, you have your male medal, a la Brownlow medal, the Monday of.
Yeah, we had it Monday night. So terrific night. We have. Was it 430 odd people upstairs at South Adelaide?
Shit,
430.
Almost.
Well, you were at the McGarry medal. How many there?
600.
Well, and you're getting 430 for the male medal.
Yeah.
But what we do, we incorporate both our juniors and our seniors.
Doesn't matter
because it's a full program, and out of that we pick team of the year for the under 14s, under 16s, under 18s, and the A grade team of the year. And of course, we've got medals for all grades that participate in the Southern Footy League.
Okay, so take us through some of the big winners from earlier in the week.
Oh, mate, our 2016 male medalist is Liam Corey.
Okay.
From the Morpeth Vale Football Club.
Well, it could be a dream week for him.
Yeah,
unfortunately not, because I don't think he's going to be playing.
Why?
Well, he injured his knee in the first week of the finals.
And so you don't think he'll come up?
I very much doubt whether Liam will be playing. But people would remember Liam. He a couple of years ago actually was signed by Richmond.
Yeah, okay.
Went over to Richmond, tried it over there in Melbourne, but didn't like it and came back home. And this year was on the recruit and made the last 20. Okay. In that particular.
So he's got some talent.
He's got some talent.
He's got some bad luck too.
He's a very, very good player.
Okay, let's go through grand final weekend. Take us through it.
Well, as I say, we start with that. Gates will open at 6:30 on Saturday morning.
6:30?
Yeah.
Fair dinkum.
This is country footy, Kate.
I'm still in bed at 6:30.
We got 5 games, Ken.
5 games.
We've got under 14s, which will be Flagstaff Hill and Ranella.
Yeah.
Under 16s will be Ranella and Noarlunga. Under 18s will be Brighton and Happy Valley. The B grade will be Christie's Beach and Brighton, and of course the A grade game is Flagstaff Hill versus.
So what time's the first game?
The first game will kick off at about 8 o'clock.
Wow.
What a day!
You know, under 14 kids at this stage, they're not often out of bed.
No, exactly right.
But you know what? That is a big day, and that's what I love about country footy. And coming from Latrobe Valley in country Victoria, grand final day was a special day. You know what stands out there is the amount of clubs, Craig, the differing clubs, which means big crowds.
Really big crowds.
So
8 out of our 14 clubs have a side playing on grand final day.
So what size crowd do you think for grand final day?
We'd be looking at probably anything between probably 6,000 to 7,000.
Now, 6,000 or 7,000. Let me just take you through a few numbers. Last week, double header, SFL, 9,000. Okay, so you're knocking on the door of a double header at Adelaide Oval, one of the best venues in the world. Where are you playing?
Higginbottom Oval.
Well, that's pretty good too. But I tell you right now, when you line it up against Adelaide Oval, centre of the city, you've got Sturt playing the Eagles, Adelaide playing South Adelaide. I mean, you've got some range there, and they get 9,000. You're knocking on the door of 6, man. Well done. Great effort. Great effort. What do you think? Take us through the. Give us a look at that Vigneron Shield firstly.
It looks like the Sheffield Shield of cricket.
Well, very much so, Ken. First inaugurated in 1920 when it was won by the McLaren Vale Football Club. It was actually presented to the league by all the vineyard owners.
I noticed Thomas Hardy on that. Is that real silver?
Yeah, the original Thomas Hardy donated
Penfolds wines.
Along with all of the other vignerons in the area. So the Vigneron Shield is what they're after.
Yes.
They also get, of course, a Premiership Cup, which they get to keep forever.
Well, you can't drink out of a shield. I mean, you need a cup, don't you?
Well, you do.
Down south they can.
Mate, we drink anything. But it's a prize piece of the Southern Football League. And in actual fact, we've got a similar sort of shield, not quite as big. They go down in size, of course, for all grades. So this sort of shield for all of our grades that participate on grand final day.
Okay, so gates open at 6:30. First game at around about 8 o'clock. It's the first of 5 games. Let's have a bit of a scratch below the surface of that main game again, because it's going to be a beauty, and you can't. I wouldn't have thought you can confidently pick a winner there, Craig.
Well,
I know you'll have a go at it.
Well,
that's either
the sentimental favourite is going to be Flagstaff.
It's got to be. They haven't won one.
They haven't won one.
Yeah.
So they were actually voted the club of the year for this year at our Male Medal night.
What's that based on?
Well, that's based on you get so many points per win in all grades.
Okay.
So Flagstaff Hill had a pretty successful season. And the president, Brett Charlesworth from Charlesworth Nuts, he's
good family.
He's itching at the bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, your chance to win your first
ever.
I mean, there'll be free nuts for everybody going to Flagstaff Hill, won't there?
They lose. There might be nuts everywhere.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
But look, the heart says Flaggies. The mind says, when you look through the Morpeth Vale side, they've probably got, I think, still probably half a dozen to 8 players that have played in multiple premiership sides.
That's a plus.
Bit of experience.
What's been head-to-head this year, Flagstaff and
head-to-head, 2-1 to Flagstaff Hill.
Well, there you go. There you go. Cinderella story.
Mate, that always counts for something. I think it really does. And it's amazing when you look through at any competition that sides, no matter where they're placed on the ladder, just have an edge for some reason or are able to scare clubs. It doesn't matter if they're first or 12th.
Gee, what would be the reaction if Flagstaff Hill happened to get over the line and win their first A-grade premiership? I can just imagine Brett Charlesworth. Goodness gracious me.
Mate, you won't be able to get near the place. You will not be able to.
Well, how good is that?
Terrific. Look, and for our competition, it would be sensational.
It would be.
Because Morpeth Vale have been a powerhouse within our league for a long, long time. But it's on the day, isn't it?
Yeah, he certainly is. And the day is going to be a wet one, I'd suggest. It's going to be a
Don't put the mockers on.
You wouldn't want it to rain, mate, I tell you.
Could be in a spot of other 8. Well done. Big week, big year. And we'll be talking more about what happens.
And hopefully next week we'll have the winning coach and captain.
Fantastic.
Good on you, Craig.
Well done, Craig. Well, that's it. That's the Southern Football League with the press telling us as it is. We've got loads more SA Sport on the SA Sport Show coming up shortly.